Alright, good morning everybody. It's Nick with NK Landscaping yet again. We just pulled up on our new job for today, or this week. So it's going to be some drainage work. So I got the excavator here, and a ton of pipe. So what we're going to be doing is a curtain drain along the back side of this house here. So basically going to run from those steps out that way, and then there's a pond in the back that we're going to deposit all the water in. And then we're going to seal the foundation as well, backfill with 1 to 2 inch stone, and then I don't know if it's under the deck exactly or right along this edge. We're going to dig this out. We're going to pull this little piece of concrete in the bottom, at the bottom of this walkway, and then trench down the side of the driveway for this side of the house, just to an outlet. We're going to get unloaded here, and then walk around the back and see what we're working with. Alright, so the goal here, we got a gutter pipe right there that runs right down the side of this garage foundation and right into the driveway. That's a no-no. So we're gonna run that to about there, and then it's gonna run, we have to dig to seal the foundation along this whole foundation. So we're gonna dig that gutter from there to there, and then there, and there's a pond right there, and right, that's the dam. Right behind that right there is just a huge ravine. So all this is gonna drain into there. So the first thing to do is start digging here. This is just going to be a shallow gutter drain line that goes to there, and then we're going to go down the full depth of the foundation, maybe 2 to 3 feet there. Got to watch out, there's a propane tank and some things there. And I'm sitting, right there's the well, so that well line is going to go into the house, probably pretty square to that, so that's something to watch out for. So we're going to start digging this. This is the easy part, get over to this walkway, dig under the deck stairs there, and work our way over. Alright, we got this shallow gutter drain line dug. Fitz is just moving some rocks there. I'm going to reach as far under the stairs as we can and start digging along the foundation here. I'm just going to go around the propane tank for now. I didn't bring anything to prop that up. So tomorrow when we come back, I'll bring the prop and we'll get that strapped up so we can dig under it, because we do have to seal this foundation. And we're just going to continue digging to the foundation depth, to the edge of the house. About 2 feet to the left of the propane tank. I went inside, found the well line. So that should be 4 feet down, but we're going to be careful in that area. So we're going to get digging here. Alright, so we found the well line. There looks like there's a one that's not in service anymore, and then there is one that is currently in service along with the electrical for it. So we're gonna dig around the propane tank here, try to locate the bottom sill plate of the foundation if it has one, and then continue back. All right, so I've got the camera in there, but you saw we found the sill plate with the foundation. There's the well lines. So like I said, we have one, this top one is an out of service line, and then the bottom one is the in-service line, and to the right of that is the electrical you can't see. There's also electrical here, I think that goes to the garage. So this is, can't find the sill plate, but right there's some gray powdery concrete. I think that was notched away when they put in the well line and the electrical line, because it looks to be about the same height as the sill plate here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the hose and those little pavers. I'm going to continue my trench down to that sill plate excavation all the way to the corner of the house there. It's going to be a little wide underneath this overhang, but we'll get that excavated down to the sill plate so we can clean off the foundation and get that sealed. And then, yeah, that's going to continue out into the woods over here. You can't really see it, but, oh, you can see it, but there's a pond, there's a dam with a pipe, and right there it's like a ravine. So we'll get that put in there. But I'll throw the camera back up and start digging again. We have the trench along the house dug. Like I said, we dug everything down to the foundation sill. Looks like we were actually able to find the original foundation drain. We're not sure if it's clogged. It is a little strange. It's much deeper there than it is here, so that might lead me to believe that it's actually draining that way. Either way, they didn't put any sock or anything around it or fabric on top. They did put some plastic on top, which is a little strange. I'm not sure if this is, I would hope it's corrugated, or perforated, not corrugated. But we're gonna leave that in place. There is gravel around it, so what we'll do is we're gonna get this foundation cleaned off either today or tomorrow. I think I'm gonna pick up that, I have a flat paddle for the combi system on the steel. The little handheld thing that spins. They have a bristle version, so I'm gonna pick that up a little later. And tomorrow we'll probably power clean this off to get it sealed. But right now we're gonna set up the laser with a 1/4 inch per foot fall that way. Still debating whether or not I want to go to the left of this tree or to the right of this tree, in between the edge of the dam and the tree. You know, I don't want to get into the roots too much. I also don't want to get into the dam too much. Not that this is a huge pond or anything, but I'm thinking about probably right down the center of this and then sending it off into this ravine here. I don't know if this shows up well on camera, but to right down there, that's probably 15 foot of drop. So we can come right next to this pipe is probably the best. I'm gonna have to sneak under this tree too. It's gonna be a little interesting. We're gonna get the laser level set up here. I'll get the slope set, and then I'll start digging this out so we can at least lay this section of pipe and backfill it. But we're moving along, so I'll check in with you in a minute. All right, so as you can see, I'm on the side of the pond. We have our trench dug. I'm in a spot now where I can't get out without putting pipe in and backfilling. And it's getting pretty late. I have to stop at the equipment dealer to pick up more of our blowers, and like I said, that sweeper attachment. So this is all 1/4 inch per foot slope to terminate right next to this, just into that ravine. We did encounter, let me see if I can get down here without killing myself. Whoop. All right, so we did encounter this pipe. Not really sure what that's coming from. Maybe the curtain drain, even though, like I said, I think it slopes that way. And then we encountered this one, which goes off into the yard. So we're just gonna lop it off here and lop it off there, throw a new section of pipe in here, just because, as you can see, it's a little damaged. But yeah, all the excavation for this side of the house is done. I mean, I guess it could be this pipe. It just doesn't, unless this goes out a little farther and then turns. But this is all to grade, or at least close enough for now. So tomorrow we'll get this whole wall cleaned off really nice, and then we can seal, and then we'll probably get that done first thing. Then install that pipe, backfill, compact everything, and then we can start working on this section. We're gonna do 1 to 2 inch gravel up to the top. It's probably under here, and then backfill that with dirt. So this is a free draining system, but going home for now, and I'll check in with you tomorrow. Back for day 2 on this drainage job. It's like you saw yesterday, we got the main trench dug to an outlet, so we're actually going to work backwards. So we're going to start from over here. We're going to get this pipe installed and backfill it to the corner of the house. So I was able to wiggle the Rotostar as close as I could with the skid steer. We brought that in this morning. So we're gonna get this pipe installed. I'm gonna have to backfill this section a little bit with some of this dirt. Should be all right. I'll try to get the cleanest stuff, just so I can work my way over to the Rotostar, and then we'll grab that and we'll backfill the rest of this with the clean screen material. Once we get this up to the height of that crossing pipe, we'll cut that and replace that little piece. And then I have the compactor over there, so we'll pack all this in, get it, you know, level to the ground, to grade to the corner of the house, and then we're gonna actually work on the propane tank over there to get dug around that. So I'll check back in with you in a minute. We have our outlet pipe installed. So this is a solid pipe, no perforated holes. We got our drain cap right there, and it's verified to slope downhill. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna backfill this section just with the loose dirt. I'm gonna try to pick through and get out any of the big rocks. And then once this is backfilled enough that I can access the Rotostar, I'll Rotostar through this pile. And then, like I said, we're gonna get up to grade of that pipe, reinstall a new section, and then continue. This is our first attempt at this. It's working, kind of, but that stuff is really caked on there. I have the blower set up down there at a high idle. It's blowing all that dust out of there. But I think this is going to be a couple attempts of scraping it clean. And then, you know, it's interesting. This is the first time we've tried it with the broom. Usually we're doing it by hand with that broom, and it takes a long time. This seems to be a lot quicker. Okay, so we have our support put in for the propane tank, and it's now being supported by the straps, so we can dig under it. It's a little sketchy, but it works. We put a big pile of dirt on the end so those boards don't slip out. I literally climbed on top of those things, so it has enough to support myself. And the propane tank's pretty light, to be honest with you. It's like a double stack of your standard 5-gallon. Maybe it's a 15-gallon. But either way, we're gonna dig out that little island of dirt, get that cleaned. The guys worked on cleaning the wall. Everything you can see is just like stuck on there, and you know, you could take a pressure washer to it, but then you're just gonna make a muddy mess. So the foundation sealer will stick to that. You know, they've hit it a couple times with the broom and not even getting any more dust off of it, so it's pretty clean. Fitz had a thought that looks like when they originally cleaned this foundation, they backfilled when the sealant was still wet, so the sealant and the dirt are kind of like coagulated together, so it's nearly impossible to get it any cleaner than that. So we're going to dig out this little island, clean that section, and then start sealing. Everything is excavated under the magic floating propane tank. They cleaned off that section, so they're going to start sealing from that end down there and work their way down. And meanwhile, I'm working on this gutter here. So like I said, this is just a shallow gutter drain pipe. So I'm just working up some fittings here. That's going to run to the corner there, where there's another gutter that runs that way and out onto the driveway. So we're eliminating that. I'm just going to cut that pipe because it's under this section of stairs. So I'm not going to tear that apart, but I'll cut the pipe as far left as I can. And that's going to take a 90, tie into that gutter pipe, and then run down into the foundation drain. So I'm just going to work on this real quick, and they're going to start sealing. Alright, I've got this gutter pipe installed just right past this corner. Backfill this now to clean up some of this, hit it with the Rotostar, take all the stuff and throw it in the skid steer bucket. Making progress. Guys are sealing down the wall. It's looking good. Alright, so everybody just got done with lunch. The guys are working on sealing the wall. Looks really good. I've been working on screening out a bunch of topsoil, not topsoil, but just soil. So I'd say I probably have close to 20 yards. I have this mostly covered. This is just what I had here, and then I'm working my way down the pile. All the tailings are going down the hill. So while they continue sealing, I'm going to keep on screening. I'm actually going to grease the machine real quick. But yeah, once they finish sealing, there's not a whole lot more we can do. Our gravel shows up tomorrow, and I actually have to bring our own load of gravel since the job was bid for 25 tons, and the triaxle can do 20. So we're going to bring a 5-ton load tomorrow and get that pipe installed and get going on the backfill. And like I said, that sealing stuff needs to dry. So I will check in with you in a little bit. Alright, so to finish off today, we got everything from the pipe outlet to the corner of the house finished off to a rough grade. Still need to put some right in front of us here. Just been dumping all the tailings down this hill. Like I said, it's like a 15+ foot ravine. That'll just help with the erosion coming out of this pipe when it does overflow the pond. The boys got the foundation sealed all nicely. They went and did a touch-up coat anywhere where it looked a little light. So that's all set for tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be dry. I finished off the gutter drain over here. So you can see right next to my magical floating propane tank, there's the outlet for that. So that'll get tied in to the foundation drain. And then this is all, again, to rough grade. Everything is going to get a final coat. I screened through, it's got to be probably 40 tons of dirt with the Rotostar, and there's maybe a 25, 30 ton pile left. So we're headed out for today, and tomorrow hopefully we get our gravel. I'm going to confirm with the trucking company, see what time that's coming. Hopefully the earlier the better. Aside from that, we're all set. Alright, day number 3. We just got back from the quarry, and our trucking company is dropping off our stone right now. And I gotta walk up the driveway. Oh, the big boom. Yeah, once he dumps that, we can back up, and then we'll be good to go. I know it's gonna be tricky for him. There's some power lines up there, so it's gonna be an interesting dump for him. But I'll check in with him and check in with you in a second. All right, just like that, 20 tons of stone dropped up there, nice and easy. So we'll get pulled up here and get started. We're gonna start backfilling that wall. So we got the laser set up with a 1/4 inch per foot slope starting at 0 here. So that's this pipe, which is gonna be the outlet. And that's 2.5 inches of rise every 10 feet. So by the point that we're all the way over in that corner, we're almost a foot off the ground. But yeah, so we're gonna get started now, putting gravel in to get our slope for our pipe. So we'll get that all installed, and then we'll install our pipe, and then we'll start backfilling the pipe with the gravel. So that's going to be basically to the top of the foundation sealer there. So the gravel is actually going to come right up to the ground level. So any water that does make its way there will seep right down to the pipe. And that'll be nice too, because this existing foundation drain, curtain drain, whatever you want to call it, will have new gravel on top of it. So if it's not clogged, it will hopefully drain. So I'm going to start moving some gravel. Fitz has got the laser level, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we got from the corner of the house basically to right over here done, and this area is just a little too tight for the skid steer to dump in, so I'm going to scoop out of the bucket with the Steelwrist here. So all the gravel is in now to grade. We're gonna get the pipe installed and then start backfilling it. We're gonna have to do like gravel and dirt just to keep like a 2-foot rock, block. So we're gonna get the pipe installed real quick here and get the sock on it and continue. Pipe is installed. We got the filter fabric sock on top. And we're going to start backfilling stone. I just had a little bit that I put over here to hold the pipe down. That's all connected in. So like I said, we're going to fill everything up about 2 feet out with stone. And then we're going to backfill this side with dirt, just so we don't have 4 foot of stone. But like a 2-foot strip of stone that runs down on top of this up to the ground level, so the bottom of those windows. So I'm just going to start moving stuff with the skid steer and dumping it in there. So I got a little in the zone and didn't really stop to take any video. We're not done yet, but as you can see, we've just kind of been doing a layer of gravel, backfill with some dirt, a layer of gravel, backfill with some dirt. So I'm running a little low on stone. Should have enough. So I got to get this area filled up a little more. It's just going to go right to the bottom of that propane tank. We didn't really lift that up more than it was, and that basically equates to this black line. So we're almost there, over there, a few more scoops, and we'll backfill everything, compact with dirt, and then this will be done. We can lower that propane tank back down. It was actually sitting on some blocks, but it's looking really nice. Like I said, we're trying to keep 18 inches to 2 foot of a strip of rock. We got a sprinkle of rain for a second there, would have been nice. As much as I don't want this to turn into a muddy mess, we need the rain. Hopefully it holds off until we're done with this area. But I'm going to continue with a few more scoops, just to top everything off here. We're almost there on the end. It tapers down to that rock wall. But yeah, it's moving along really nice. So a few more scoops and this will be done. Alright, so everything back here is rough graded out and installed. So tomorrow this will all get Just a final touch up, try to even out the transition from rock to dirt a little better. But everything here has been packed in and graded out properly. So we've got gutter, foundation drain to an outlet, and then tomorrow from right under the porch there down the side of the driveway. So this will all get raked out, seeded and strawed tomorrow, and then tomorrow's Thursday. We'll either finish late tomorrow or midday Friday. So I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow. All right, good morning, guys. We're back for day number 4. Fitz is out sick today, so I got Dylan. We're gonna work on getting everything raked out. He's making good progress, seed and straw, and then we'll start on this corner here. All right, putting down some seed, and then we're gonna hit this with straw. Everything's raked out, took all the big chunks of rocks and grass debris out of here, but everything's looking really nice. Like I said, we raised the grade at the garage here because it was so cored out from the erosion. But everything looks really nice. Super dry. We're not really going to be able to water anything. We don't really want to run the hose too much. I was talking to the client. They're of the same thinking, and they know that, you know, it's probably not going to take too well. Might have to come back in the fall and reseed some of this, but I'm going to get all this tidied up and then start working under the deck there. I don't know if you saw in the video, but I just watered the edges just so that stuff doesn't blow around and get in the rocks and everything. But the backyard foundation drain and gutter drains are complete, so it came out pretty good. Like I said, this client opted not to go for topsoil just for budget reasons, so we just screened everything with the Rotostar. Come back here to the dam where everything outlets, same thing. Things seeded and strawed. You probably can't see it because of the camera. Right there is the outlet, and it's not too bad. This is a job I would have loved to have a Harley rake on, but once again, this is a budget job. You know, they're having water in. They didn't want to spend a whole lot of money to go for a crazy system, so this is not a bad way to get rid of water quickly and relatively cost effectively. So now we're on to the front. Alright, so we're starting the, I guess you can call it a curtain drain on the side of the house here. So we're going to start maybe 2 feet off of that rock wall and dig down just pretty shallow. They get some water in here off of the driveway. It was really exacerbated before because that gutter up there just drained onto the ground, and this had all eroded down, so all the water ran down the side of the garage here onto the driveway, and then this pipe was from that gutter. So 2 roofs worth of water depositing right here, and then this is sloped this way, so all that water flows into here and then it lifts back up, so this would pool up. So we're just going to do a shallow, I guess it's more of a French drain in this scenario, just through this patio here. So this will all be that gravel. Tie that gutter in. We're going to go right through here, most likely cut the driveway and then send it down that way. The lawn dips like that, so nothing will get on the driveway, and there's another pipe that outlets in that area. So we're just going to dig this out. Shouldn't be too hard. It's just going to be tricky reaching under the deck here. The machine, I'm just going to have to reach out pretty far and maybe get, you know, back to where that shovel is. So we'll see what it looks like and start digging here in a minute. So we got this trench dug. It's all to the proper slope. We're just gonna do a little bit of gravel on the base here just to even out some of the dips. It's a little bit low. So we'll do that with the gravel. And then we'll get the pipe installed with the pipe sleeve. And it's basically just gravel from that rock wall to the corner of the house. And then from here it's just buried underground. So we'll tie in the gutter and extend the pipe out to this point. And I want to backfill this with gravel, get these pavers back in. And then we can think about cutting the driveway and extending it down somewhere in there.
Oh, that's the light. I doubted it for a second.
So we had a slight change of plan. I got to talking and figured, why not dig under the driveway instead of have to cut the driveway? So we just broke through. Now we got to make sure we're going downhill, and then we can sneak the pipe under there and try our best to backfill that with gravel. This driveway is actually pretty thick, so I think it'll hold up, and we have enough room where we can really stick gravel in there and fill it back up. Not too shabby. Alright, so Dylan left. He's actually going back to school on Monday. Starting college back up again. So yeah, he took a few years off because of COVID, so he's going back, and his sign up was today. So while he was packing up to leave, I just tidied up the site. I'm a little bit anal on that. I like to keep my site clean. It just makes me feel a lot better when I'm working. I'm gonna dig this trench now. I've got it roughly marked out. It's gonna go farther past the end of that line, but I'm gonna get that dug out now. Like I said, we dug under the driveway for that, so we didn't have to cut anything. And most of that's done over there. I actually gotta add a little bit more gravel, but I'm gonna get this dug and the pipe installed just in case it does rain. It looks like it's gonna rain, but I don't think it is. So I'm gonna get digging here and then get that pipe installed. Alright, so I got the trench dug and I just installed the pipe. So now I'm going to hook up the Rotostar and work from the bottom up and start backfilling the trench with nice clean dirt. Alright, I'm heading out for tonight. I got the pipe installed, and not all of it, but some of it backfilled down to where it's going to finish. Tomorrow we'll just work on the rest of the backfill. I gotta haul out a little bit of stone that's left over, and then any of those screenings from the Rotostar. I'm just gonna haul those out because we already seeded and strawed the back. And since I have to haul the stone out anyway, I might as well just take a load out. Then we'll seed and straw the rest of it and haul the machines out. So I'll see you tomorrow in the morning. Alright, we're back for the fifth and final day. Like I said yesterday, I got this pipe in and the majority of it backfilled. So we got some straw. They're gonna unload. I'm gonna load up this junk, screen through the rest of this dirt to finish off the trench. And then I just have to load out, like I said, that grass and rocks, as well as this little bit of gravel. And then we'll put the finishing touches on everything. Everything's loaded up, including that stone. Machines are parked for pickup after we drop off this load. And that's a wrap on this job. So I showed you the back, but as far as under here, so from this rock wall, this is all stone down to a pipe with sock. Same thing under this portion of the patio. Fortunately, this patio is really messed up, so we put these stones back, you know, to match how they were. So they're a little raggedy, but it's better than it was. And then tied this corner gutter in, and all that goes under the driveway, so we didn't have to cut it. And then down the side of the driveway, almost to those trees. It's looking really nice. Client is very happy. Yeah, like I said, we gotta take this load of junk back to the yard, drop it, same with all the pipes and stuff, and then we'll come back. I'm not sure if I want to do the gooseneck or just take everything home in the dump trailer, which is probably a more likely case. So we're gonna get this tarped up, get everything loaded up, and bring it on back. All right, back for last loadout. Skid steer's loaded up, and this is the last of this pipe here. So this is all installed. I'm actually just taking some pictures real quick. I almost forgot to get this outro video too. But Dylan's just blowing off the driveway, so it's all clean for when we leave. Just talked to the client, she's really happy. So we're gonna get ready to head out of here. Gotta hit the gas station and fill up a bunch of gas cans. But not too shabby. Getting some pictures, like I said. But that's a wrap on this one. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe, comment, you know, anything you want to do. And we'll see you on the next one. We got a lot of jobs coming up, a lot of big stuff. So thanks for watching.